Right in the lineup where you want to be with Jacob and Cade. And I didn't think for two pitches that Jacob got called a strike were strikes, but somehow he kept his composure, off of Woods and gets a two-strike hit right there, sets the table, and you look at Cade and it's like, yeah, man, you know what you're looking for and you know what to do and just go do it and be yourself. Special player, big time moment right there.
Not only were there home runs today, it's like just total blast, huh, from your guys?
Yeah, this was a good offensive. Today was not a good offensive day, but this was a good offensive weekend for us. Friday we did what we wanted to do against Crisp and a couple of the relievers. Yesterday, that's about as good as anybody's done against Cannon. We didn't pitch well, and we got ourselves back to within one run, and the bases loaded with one out. We got the two relievers in the game yesterday for extended amount of time, and we had to do that. And so the 38 pitches he had to throw yesterday might have made an impact on today. So you look at that game and go positive. Sullivan was tough. Like, I could see it on video. Like, he's a guy that's better than his numbers show. Had some deception. Get two great swings by Dylan. Didn't do much other than that against him. Other than we got a couple guys on base, a couple guys worked some walks, and they had to go to the pen maybe a tick earlier than they wanted to, based on the two best relievers being in the game yesterday and the third best reliever being in the game for 57 pitches on Friday. And their guys today did a nice job out of the pen. They kind of look like us, leaving runners out there, and they just, we got the best two guys up, the best three guys up at the right time of the game, and that's why they were hitting 1, 2, and 3 today.
They put Jaden Woods in the ninth inning. What is the game plan against a pitcher like that? I know he played yesterday too.
Yeah, well, we had a report going in. It was exactly yesterday, and I thought our guys did a pretty good. Other than the first inning, I think he struck out the side in the first inning yesterday. But we got to him and got him out of the game. Jacob hit the fastball out yesterday, and then you just have to press him down in the zone. It's kind of that new age pitching, where he has just elite ride on his fastball. And if you let him work at the top of the zone, you're going to hit a lot of foul balls and a lot of fly ball outs. And so both of them got the ball below their hands, stayed short, and he's got enough velocity where it'll come off hot.
I wanted to ask you about Bianco's catch.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Really happy for him. It's been a tough go. He's been hurt the whole time I've been here, with one thing or another. And wants to make a positive contribution. And then took a tough at bat with 2 outs and a man on second, 2 strikes, and almost put one into the gap there. So really happy for him. We need some more answers against left-handed pitching, and I think he can be part of that solution.
How is he doing?
He's as close to full strength as he's been. He's basically been unusable for a while. Nobody's really asked me about it, but he's been unusable for a while, and is kind of working his way back into things that he can do.
What's his injury?
He ran into the bullpen against, I can't remember who, I think it was against Auburn. Yeah. And he had shoulder surgery in the summertime. He hurt himself in summer baseball, literally like within days of when I was hired here. And then, so he had it operated on. He missed the entire fall, so that kind of put him behind. And then he pulled his hamstring, in preseason practice. So, he was kind of delayed getting going. And then he kind of just tearing, and he just kind of re-aggravated it. And so he's missed the last 2 or 3 weeks, because of that.
He kind of crashed into the wall there.
He's okay. I was led to believe he was okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he had a bat in his hand before I pinch hit for him. I know he wanted that extra at bat, so I think he's okay.
Okay.
Ended up not mattering, but another good catch out there seemed to frustrate you. What's the thinking?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of a gray area.
Yeah, well, it ended up working out. Okay. Yeah. Josh Pearson is going to be a great player here. I think he's a good baseball guy. He comes from a baseball family. It's 1 out. The go-ahead run is on third base. The foul ball gets us to 2 strikes. That's where you kind of roll the dice and say, hey, he's not going to throw him out if he catches it right there. Maybe you let that drop, see if we can get a strikeout or a weak contact. But I'm not going to fault him for playing aggressively. And, it's a learning moment. And luckily for us, it's a learning moment that didn't cost us the game.
Let me ask you on the thinking there. If there had been more than just the runner on third, would you want him to go ahead and catch it for the second out?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was
Absolutely.
thinking.
What do you think of Sam Dutton's pitching today? It was his longest outing, his longest start.
Sammy D is going to be a superstar. He is a superstar. I watched a ton of the 2 games that we played last night, and I was back and forth with Coach Kelly. I was very confident that he was the best guy to mix and get them out of those home run swings that they got so many of yesterday. And so if you want to be a starting pitcher, you have to be able to throw 3 pitches for strikes, okay? And you have to have a little bit of toughness in what you do. He has both of those things. Last week, and I took him out before we needed to take him out, it was just more of a gut feeling at that point in the game and kind of to throw Missouri off. But if you go to that start and then you go back to his start at Arkansas, outside of McHale, those are our 2 best starts in SEC play. And so we look forward to more good ones. We won the game today. Obviously the 3 homers are nice, and those are special performances by those guys, but because Sam basically took the mound and showed us he was gonna keep them right where they needed to be.
Fondo, so dynamic, mowing through them, and then there's the throw to first base. Is that just kind of the frustrating mixed bag?
No, I mean, it's not rocket science to, maybe it is to people of how I'm doing it. I trust him a lot. We brought him in with the bases loaded in the highest leverage situation of the game last Sunday. Struck the first guy out. Tough call, walked the next guy. But that strikeout was a big part of us winning last time. We put him in at Arkansas, bases loaded situation when we had a 1-run lead on the road. Bases loaded, 1-run lead on the road at Mississippi State. I've kind of wanted to see if we can get a little bit more out of him. So I'm really proud of the 3 innings that he gave us today. I hate that it's a pickoff error because we made 1 defensive error in this entire series, and that's how you beat the number 2 RPI team in the country. Is you pitch well, you defend, and you have a few special players with special performances, and that's what happened. So I'm kind of bummed about that. I don't know whose fault it was, if Trey should have picked it or he just worm burned it or what. But outside of that, that's as good a performance as he's had all year, and we need him to do more of that. I'm looking for guys I'm looking for guys to make a positive contribution so that there's somebody else to go to besides Paul or Riley or Eric. And
Would you say overall it was one of your better defensive weekends?
Absolutely, yeah. Very pleased with how we played, especially with Georgia's has some athletic guys, left-handed hitters that can move, and they put the ball in play a lot. So very proud of the defense this weekend.
Chris just explained it. It was